Life is like a big puzzle, with the experiences sometimes snapping together effortlessly, and other times not at all, no matter how hard we try. When Mom received her diagnosis, a big piece of the puzzle fit into place as all the symptoms finally made sense and we could put a name to it. As a fiercely independent woman living on her own in another state for years, I first started noticing her comments on the phone of falls, dizziness, breathing issues, vision issues, and her head just not feeling right around 2018. She would bump into walls and counters, chuckling that her balance was really getting off. She once fell forward onto her face, bending over to pick a weed from her walkway, and 4 days later drove herself to the hospital to finally get it checked out. She finally agreed in 2022 to move into our area and into independent living, arriving early 2023. She's been very adamant that it's independent. We couldn't have ended up in a better community. The staff is like family and Mom loves her apartment. Since her move, things have progressed more rapidly. Some days seem fine, and then others include falls or 24/7 dizziness or confusion, which mixes in with her progressing dementia. We've had visits with pulmonologists, optometrists, cardiologists, primary care, neurologists, memory care specialists, and other physicians. No one could answer why her head feels like a balloon that's full. She reluctantly began using a walker when she remembered, but bumped sideways into walls and objects or rocking back and forward before steadying herself. Her falls have mostly been forward when looking down or sideways. Priding herself on always having done things for everyone, driving the kids to all their activities, running a household, scheduling everything, managing her own life, she's begun to really struggle to maintain control over what she still can. She needs help with a lot of things, but then still tries to keep it on her terms. In early 2024, she had a test done at Mars, and the doctor noticed that her eyes didn't track well side to side and mentioned possible Parkinsonism tendencies. So my initial understanding was Parkinson's without the tremors. With the wait times to see physicians, it was several months before we could get in to see a neurologist. Mom did have an MRI of her brain earlier to see if an ENT could help with the clogging feeling and dizziness. Nothing showed up with any answers for that. The neurologist was finally able to visit and didn't see anything significant to answer Mom's questions or symptoms that she tried to unsuccessfully explain. The neurologist referred us to a neurology movement specialist, but with the wait again, it was another 3 months until we had the big meeting. Her new doctor was quick to diagnose PSP end of August 2024. 3 letters unknown in that combination that would change our world, yet also give it a shape. So many symptoms now made sense, but it was a short-lived relief to find out what was going on, as learning it was rare, brutal, and terminal turned the tide pretty quickly. Mom thought for several months it was a misdiagnosis. Her new palliative care nurse is the best and is kind and firm with Mom, a perfect fit. Sadly, our savior doctor who diagnosed Mom has now moved, and the medical system here is hoping for someone to replace her talents. Mom now falls monthly, furniture walks, and says her vision is getting worse and she's tired of hearing about PSP and having dry eyes, due to only blinking 3 to 4 times a minute instead of the typical 15 to 20. Eye patch compresses don't help, and gel drops are very temporary. She can't take bright lights and wears sunglasses always when outside and sometimes when inside. Her voice is getting softer and hoarse, and her handwriting is noticeably changing. She's extremely fatigued all the time. Imagine being groggy from a medicine that causes drowsiness and amplify that times 10. Then she can't sleep at night with insomnia. So now Mom fluctuates between okay days and then really bad days for her. When asked how she's doing, she says, "Things could be better," and we enjoy outings on the days that are.